Hey folks, welcome to another Housecoat chat. The dude in the housecoat with the funky hat shirt on. I know I got the housecoat on, but that's the point of the show. I'm just a dude in a housecoat. And yes, it's my number 42 that I've done. There are more, but I'm just calling this Housecoat chat 42. Yes, we have a kind of lot to hopefully go over. I got a rant. It's been a while, health wise, and let's just say the internet, weather, and birds flying into lines is causing me issues with my internet. So let's pray, knock on glass, because I have a glass desk that the internet will be fine, and I have a cat running around my yard, my office. He just left. It is long hair Friday, folks. That's what I want to try and do on Friday. Let the hair down, not have it in the ponytail and whatnot. And let's just have a rant and a roll. Folks, politics in Canada right now is an extreme shit show. It really is. I mean, think of everything that has happened so far. And I'm telling you why the election now when it could have been done sooner, but we know why. The NDP, the coalition, the Bloc Quebecois, the Liberal Party, all making sure that they get something out of Confederation, but for themselves and not for the people. I don't care what your opinion is on the dental program. I think it's a waste of time, effort, and money, and it hoodwinked too many people. Yes, it did, folks. Same with the $10 a day daycare. I'm sure it is a wonderful concept, but is it working? I don't know. I digress. But let's get back to politics, folks. We have an election. We have Mark Carney. I like to call Marxist carnage. Yes, folks, Marxist carnage is a, what can I say, a man who drove England into the ground. Don't ask me. Listen to Liz Truss, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And I highly recommend to go listen to her. There is another person who is a whistleblower who worked within the inner circles of Marxist carnage and his organization trying to get to net zero, getting companies to comply with ESG scores. Remember, folks, this organization, GFANZ, the Glasgow Global Finance Alliance for Net Zero. I butchered it, but anyways, it has to do with net zero, and it's trying to force companies to try and be compliant with the goal of being net zero by 2050, right? All that stuff that he is tied with. He is tied with the heat pump program that just started in BC under David Eby. Yes, his company, the Brookfield Asset Management, has a wide array of businesses, corporations, and institutions that they are going to make money on because Marxist carnage insists on it. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, folks, and everybody needs to understand what I'm about to say and think about it. You, as an individual, a person, an entity, a citizen, a human being, need to read beyond the sound bites of the mainstream media, including people of the independent media and everything else. You need to do your own research. Oh, I will tell you this. I spent 10 minutes, 15 minutes trying to find out who Mark Carney is and where he is and what he does. And it is not a pretty picture. I didn't use Wikipedia because Wikipedia to me has lost its mission statement. It is now just propaganda and bullshit. Really, I mean, it still has its use, but it has been weaponized and it has been politicized and a whole host of other things. But yes, folks, we need to do more research, including me. I am not perfect. I'm just a dude in a house coat. I am a person of knowledge and none. That is the best way to put it. Like Aristotle said, I am nothing. I know nothing because I am nothing, basically. Acknowledging, my limits, I guess, or my ability, or whatever you want to call it, but it sure beats somebody saying they know it all, right? My way or the highway. I don't want to tell you how to vote. You already kind of got an idea of who I like and I don't, and that is not the point. The point is you, the individual, the taxpayer, the citizen that's over 18 years of age in this country. Voting needs to happen soon, and my cat is getting comfortable in my other office chair. I might bring him over, but anyway, listen, folks. Carney is not the greatest person to lead this country, no matter how much the media tells you. CBC, my God, if that's all you listen to, and if you actually heard me right now saying, please look elsewhere besides CBC, I honestly hope you do. My mother's eyes were opened when she saw Fox News when she was in Mexico on what is going on in the northern border. Yes, folks, we are being pulled wool over eyes. We are blind. That's what they want us to be, blind, wandering, lost, and only to hope that Mark will save us. Yes, folks, after 10 years of mismanagement by the Liberals, scandals so long that I couldn't even complete every single one of them on my wall or the blackboard that is hiding behind all my clutter. I like my clutter. I have a flag coming. I hope to have it soon. It's just a Canadian flag. My mom suggested it, and I will put it up when it's up when I get it. In the meantime, enjoy my collage of chaos around. RCMP hat, the scone that is lit, folks. Remember what the scone is for. The scone is if you lost someone, whether it's through the vaccine, whether it's through an accident, tragedy, whatever the explanation is, OD, whatever, natural causes, it doesn't matter. That scone is lit for me, for people that have been in my life that have maybe done something for me. And you, as a listener, if you see that scone lit, if it means something to you because you lost a loved one, that is my symbolism and my, I guess I don't really want to use the word, my commitment to my audience that I am here and hopefully understanding of you and your losses. I love to talk. That's why this show is all fun. I'm doing it for fun. I'm not trying to be serious. If I was trying to be serious, I would be editing. I rather do it live because things will come as I speak and learn and try. A shout out to everybody that actually does this for a living. People realize that it's not as easy as you think it is. It may be easy because it's talking and memory, but it is something else. Yes, I enjoy it. I love talking, and that's why I'm using it. Well, let's keep going on, folks. I know we're talking about Marxist carnage, and guess what? Barbara Ball is the conservative candidate in Nipion. I hope I said that right. Nipion, however you want to say it. What I've been reading online and seeing is she is definitely on fire. The people that are stealing her signs, folks, get this little story out. They're stealing her signs, trashing them, but saving the stakes and then using them on Carney's campaign signs. They're using stakes that were purchased by the Conservative Riding Association in Nipion and applying it to the stakes of the Liberal candidate who happens to be Marxist carnage. My God, folks, really? You can't make that up. And it's just truly amazing to see everybody up against the conservative. I mean, everybody. And that's besides the point. It's really truly shocking that everybody is going after Pierre. Only tells me one thing that Pierre is that high up there in the polls, that up high up there in likability, and that high up there to be changed that people are insisting on. I am not a Pierre supporter. I am far from it. I still think Pierre needs to go a lot further. And I'm not a Maxime Bernier supporter. I'm definitely not a jagmeet supporter. Not considering that they hired a OnlyFans basic porn star anti-Semite to try and help boost up their election eligibility, I guess. The NDP are toast. I am hoping the Liberal Party gets decimated to no seats. I know it won't happen, but I am hoping that this country will wake up and realize that if they keep voting the way they vote, they keep seeing this country going the way that it's going, that they'll want change, that they will accept the Pierre and the conservative aside, because that is our only true option at the moment. I can't see the NDP doing anything, and we know what the bloc is about. The bloc is about just Quebec. So that's right out of the equation. The People's Party of Canada, Maxime Bernier, he screwed it, in my opinion, when they had the by election in Winnipeg or Manitoba, and he kicked that party candidate out and put himself in its place. Just kind of like what Mark Carney did to Sharia, the three-time liberal stakeholder in that riding, the MP for a decade, kicked to the curb, and the Liberal Riding Association had no say. Get that one, folks. Really think about it. Let's get back to Marxist carnage for a second, because I don't want to lose what I have for notes and I'm trying to say. But as I watch Frank Vaughn, anytime you do a show live, you're never gonna do what you actually gonna do. So, but let's get back to Marxist carnage again, because look at what happened yesterday that blew up on the news and the day before. His connection to a certain Chinese Communist Party affiliated thing within Canada, JFCC something. I'm going to butcher it. But, anyways, it is a Chinese national organization with grassroots in Canada, basically, but with a lot of tie ins to the Chinese Communist Party overseas. Since the story broke, since he tried to say, I'll just leave it at that when he was talking about why the Chinese like him so much, apparently the Liberal Party ordered this Chinese organization to take down the pictures of him, Carney, associated with this association. And thank God the internet, thank God for the likes of Andy Lee, sorry, the independent Canadian reporter. Shout out to her. Thank you. Hard work. You're awesome. Yes, folks, she brings it up, and now they're trying to clamp down on it and say, no, never happened, doesn't know it. And you know what? I am hoping the people of Canada, especially the boomers, yes, you boomers, I'm almost a boomer, but not quite. I've been called a boomer. I can act like a boomer, but I am not a boomer. What I will say is please look elsewhere. Don't think of carnage or the liberals and what they're doing, because it is ass backwards as of this moment, and it may be over by now, but what I read earlier today, the pro Palestinian people busted into Jolie's office and are taking it over. Just like the subway stations the other day in Toronto, stuff happening in Montreal, and yet we got people like Chris Barber to Merrill Lynch getting slapped with a mischief trial and charged after 3 long years. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say about $20 million in lawyer fees that the government has racked up almost on all of these political people, folks, not just Chris and Tamara. We're talking Pat King, we're talking Jeremy McKenzie, we're talking Randy Hillier. Yes, I know it's a little bit of a tangent, but these are people that I have mentioned: Pat King, Jeremy McKenzie, Tamara Lynch, Chris Barber, and a whole host of other people that were standing up for our rights to have autonomy on our body. And they're being harassed, charged, and other court cases, folks. And please listen to me when I say this. Your current liberal government curb stomped people that were victims of crime. And I hate to use that word curb stomp, but it is blunt, because the next thing I'm going to tell you, it is because of RAPE. These people that did what I just spelled out are being let go. Those that are in the drug industry are getting let go. Criminal charges that are let go, let go. And you know what? And it comes down to personal responsibility. These criminals should be charged and locked up, and our officials in the government should be making society safer. But it goes back to a court decision that I just heard recently regarding the government and its care of people. The court said the government has no duty to care for its citizens. Now, take a minute and look at that. Think on it. Just think. Because if the government has no duty to care, then why the hell did they force a mandate down our throats? Yes, think about that one. If the government has no duty to care, and somehow we are here being told that we need to get the juicy juicy, or we don't get the travel, or worky worky, or go there, or go here. That tells me our institution is corrupted. And if you can't see it that way, then there's some kind of disconnect with you and ultimately decency, common sense, and a few other things. They have captured you. If you cannot see the ironicness of the statement of they have no duty to care, but then they're going to turn around and mandate us that we can't leave our homes, we can't leave the country, but we will allow people to come into this country and are what? Unvaccinated. So what have we got going on in Canada? We have a rise in measles and a whole host of other things. And why? Because we lowered our immigration standards and we allowed more in. It's a recipe for disaster. You just look at everything that's going on. After 10 years of mass immigration, now the government is saying, we are going to build new homes for these new people. So you invite these people in, give them desperate situations that they're in, and then you promise them a solution for easy votes. That is disgusting. And these people that are here, that come here and thought they were having a better life, I have two words. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were lied to. I'm sorry you were fooled. I'm sorry you were tricked. But now you're here. You either have to make a choice. Dig in and help us all out because you come to this country for a better life, or go home. Go back to where you came from. Seriously. If you come to this country wanting a better life and seeing that it sucks because you were promised something, don't get mad and ask more of the government. Turn around and try and make the country better yourself because obviously the people that lied to you aren't going to make it better the second time. It's up to us, folks. It is truly up to us. And I'm up to 16 minutes and I haven't even got a chance to get down to Jagmeet Singh. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I did talk about Jagmeet Singh. All I can tell you is the tariffs, folks. The tariffs, and the government is going on about the tariffs. If you are truly paying attention, you will know that the Liberal Party, our government, and the mainstream media are so desperate in wanting Trump to make it worse for Canada, right? They are, because that's what they kept pushing. That's what the Ontario election was about, right? It was about the tariffs and mean old America. And meanwhile, we have Doug Ford, who was truly a conservative sheep skin wrapped around his liberal wolf body. That is who Doug Ford is. Listening to Doug Ford, main guy, chastise the Pierre team for the way their election is going. A conservative party slamming a conservative party. Make that make sense, folks, because I really don't see the liberals attacking each other. I don't see the NDP like Evie and Jagmeet duking it out. Nope, they go hand in hand, glove in glove, folks. And it's truly amazing to see this stuff. And I, the dude in the housecoat, who is on disability, medically, really can't work, health issues, chronic pain, muscle, bad back, the whole 9 yards, including my jaw. There's stuff I just found out that if I got a splint, it might be $1,800. I know I got Bell's palsy, I got problems with my jaw, but I just found out I might need to spend $1,800 to get a splint in my mouth to try and help with my jaw. That's a lot of dough. And as a person who, I'm not trying to look for sympathy. Sorry, nope, don't want none. All right. The best thing about me being off of work is that I've lost weight and I've been able to, I guess, become a true information junkie. That is the kindest way I could put it myself. I am not a tinfoil hat wearing person, but I am. I love rabbit holes and such. But this is coming to a close, folks. It's almost at the 20-minute mark, and I really don't want to take you much longer to stay other than read, folks. Read. Please go out and research. Don't just jump on the bandwagon of everybody being mad at, let's say, like Donald Trump for the tariff. Because I'm just going to touch this on this because I know my time is kind of running out because I don't want to be too long. But the tariffs are about America surviving itself. Yes, similar situation in Canada, folks. We are so far up the debt that if we don't start fixing things, we're going to crash. And that's where the point of the American government and the American Treasury and everything else is in that country. $36 trillion in debt, folks. I mean, where does the money go? Shout out to Doge. I love Doge. They just uncovered that people that aren't even born yet are receiving unemployment checks from the government in the tune of 150 million bucks, folks. Can't make those stories up. Like I said, read, research. You have the internet in front of you. You have so many wonderful tools to look up and find things for yourself. Don't allow the mainstream media to hoodwink you into going into what they say is the narrative and the indoctrination. Read, research, folks, and also positive energy out there for all of you. Positive energy. That's right. That's you want to keep things positive. And if you haven't been to an SPCA, go once in your life and just walk down the aisle and see if you connect with the furball, make their life better, and have a good day, folks. Thank you very much for your time.